one person watching. Oh, it's me.
Ask a question.
All right.
No, you're going to go live now.
There's one person watching. Oh, it's me.
That sounds good, actually. Good job. You should have done it on there. We got 2 people.
You gotta turn that down though. It's gonna feed back through all the microphones.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we gotta turn that off. We're gonna hear it in a minute.
Fair enough.
All right.
Okay, we have 2 people watching. And
All right.
3 people watching.
Welcome to the Heyyy Show.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that stuff. Yeah, huh?
This is the show. Wait, is this mic okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we good? Are we like
No,
Are we
a real
alive?
thing now?
we're not good by any means.
We're definitely not a
We're
real thing
here.
either.
So, welcome to the show, Not for Experts. There is a person that was shocked to find out that we're not experts.
Yeah, I heard that.
We had our first comment.
Oh.
He was upset.
He said we should learn our shit
That's
better.
He called us
Or-
an MMA show, right?
Or
good.
she, I don't know. I don't know who the person is.
They.
So they told us that we need to learn our shit more.
Oh, good.
So,
About Jiu-Jitsu
Brandon, do better.
specifically, right?
anyways, how was your weekend, Brandon?
A lot of driving.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving was this weekend. But
Yeah.
I don't even know what day I'm on.
I don't really have
Sunday.
weekends
I kept having to
anymore.
remind myself that we're filming Sunday.
Mhm.
Because I was like, Friday I thought was Sunday, but it was
Oh,
Friday.
That's not
weekends
even
are
off
like
by a day. That's 2 days off. That's rough.
Sundays and Mondays.
Well, Thanksgiving I thought was Saturday.
Okay.
You know, I got my...
Even though traditionally, and
It's
not
on
by
Thursday.
traditionally I mean every year, it's
Yeah,
always on a
it's
Thursday.
on Thursday.
Yeah.
We got 6 people watching now.
All right.
That's right.
Okay. How's your cat?
He's great. He's awesome.
It's a he.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. So,
Big time.
Did you get a cat?
Hmm?
When did you get a cat?
From my girlfriend's birthday a couple months ago. Month and a half ago.
yeah. That place is crawling with pussy upstairs now.
That's a fact.
Especially if you count Brandon.
Yeah. I was. It's at the top of the list.
All right, so we got Mike watching, Austin watching, and CeeLo watching. Our 3 biggest fans.
CeeLo.
Brandon misses CeeLo.
It's true.
That was a good trip.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was like probably one of the best competition trips we've had for a while.
And we all won.
Yeah, like it's better when
Except
everyone
Wyatt.
wins, except for Wyatt. But, you know, I mean, it's tough when you're a 16-year-old kid or a 17-year-old kid and you're walking out of the biggest stage and you
Uh-huh.
competed a year ago.
Yeah.
I mean...
You could tell how nervous
Yeah.
he was before he even got to the bullpen or.
But
the
even when
check-in.
I'll never
When he
forget
walked through
this.
the tunnel or whatever.
Right when he walked
Yeah.
down that tunnelway and he looked out and he
Yeah.
saw all the mats and he was like, I just remember it was something like, whoa, or what, like, you know, you're
Yeah.
like, oh great,
It's like he lost.
this is over.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Which it's funny because now you guys have been, I mean, everyone here has been to quite a few tournaments.
Mhm.
And when you look at it from like a Fuji, a Naga, then
Fuji's
just
are in like high school gyms.
right,
usually.
but just even go to you guys going to the ADCC.
Mhm.
That's the final boss. That's the
Yeah.
final stage,
Yeah.
right? Like,
100%.
I mean, 50,000 fans or whatever.
Yeah, that would have
And-
been cool.
I mean, Nogi Pans was down a lot, but it's still the venue's intimidating.
Yeah,
it's a
for
beautiful
sure.
venue.
Now, Fuji's and Nagas are still intimidating, but it's mostly because you don't know where you're supposed to be. No one
Yeah.
knows where they're
And
supposed
you don't know who you're
Organization.
fighting.
You don't know who you're fighting.
You're like, look, you could be
Yeah.
73 years old, but you are fighting Timmy,
Yeah,
who's
that's
17
right.
prodigy
Uh-huh.
coming up in the world.
He's all juiced up and he's ready
Because
to
he's
go.
the only one close to your size.
Yeah.
And that's why I quit doing that.
Go ahead and weigh in. No, you don't need to take your backpack or your shoes off.
Trust me, you're gonna want them on.
All right, so the show's really simple. We're live.
Hi.
Happy Thanksgiving. Late Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But the show live is where you guys ask us questions or you talk shit to us,
Mm-hmm.
and we sit here and I guess take that.
We take it.
But I decided that I'm going to promote Michael to a blue belt.
Oh.
I did that on the way over here.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what the hell this is.
Because I figured to complete our show and complete the full circle,
Yeah,
we can't have any white belts on the show.
that's fair.
We got to talk shit about white belts.
Does that mean we now have to bring in a white belt?
No.
So we have someone to
We
talk
have
shit
everyone
to?
above now. We're all
Okay.
above white belts.
Gotcha.
Didn't I tell you that I was gonna make an alter ego and go back to white belt
Yes.
for pans? Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be good.
But because we talk shit about white belts, which is like the one okay hate crime that you can do today.
Correct.
So
White belts aren't people.
Michael's no longer a white belt.
Gotcha.
Congratulations.
Yes. Ta-da.
I'd take the blue belt if it was like that.
So, I guess while we're sitting here and so many people are asking us questions,
Yeah. It's
and
an
we're
influx.
overwhelmed, we'll start
Overwhelmed.
with what did you do
For Thanksgiving.
for just life?
What did I do for
Yeah, what
life?
did you do with your life? When you look back at your life now, are you
You know,
happy?
if you take everything, all the significant events of my life, and condense them down into one day,
Mhm.
it looks all right.
That's good.
Snip that.
Yep,
That's a TikTok.
that's-
Okay.
Thanks for telling me my job. All right, next.
I mean, I'm gonna snip it too, but then I don't even know where it is anymore.
How about you?
There's
How's
so-
your life?
Well, if you condense it down to
He can
like
get
a
2 okay
like a
days.
7-minute.
You can get 2 good days probably.
All right, we got a question. How did Brandon's date go? Wait.
Oh, that's right, because last time we
Oh yeah.
recorded.
See, look, we do have people that care about us.
That's
Oh,
right.
because I had to go on a
Yeah.
date last time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
how'd it
remember.
You
go?
didn't set up a reservation, you piece
actually,
of shit.
It went bad because he had to get a cat.
It went really well, actually.
He didn't get a dog, so
Cats are way better.
And that was Dustin that
Ouch.
asked. Dustin that has helped out with the show when he gave me the idea for the chrome-plated cockhole cover.
Hey,
this is a
thank you,
good
Justin.
story, actually. Yeah, that was a funny.
It
It
was
was a
good
good
You guys
date.
set me up there,
Yep.
but I
Pretty
rolled
good.
with Dustin yesterday, and it was funny because
Fuck
I was
yeah.
telling, he beat the shit out of me. I love you, Dustin. But I was talking about Marvel Snap to like 4 or 5 people. I think it was like Dutch, Dustin was there, and I was like, Brandon got me into this Marvel Snap game, and it's really annoying because I hate the game and I love the game. And I said, but the neat part about it is it's kind of a little bit like Jiu-Jitsu. Like when you first start training Jiu-Jitsu, you don't really know your style, you don't really know your game, and you're doing this shit and you're like, okay, I'm doing it whether you play guard or wrestling or whatever, and it doesn't feel right, but then after you play it for so long, right, then you kind of get into a flow, and you're like, I kind of like how my deck works and how...
So you saying you're like a purple belt in Marvel Snap or something?
I don't think I even got to a purple belt yet in that fucking game.
Got a couple
That
stripes.
game pissed
maybe.
me off so many times yesterday. But, so then I rolled with Dustin afterwards, and it was kind of funny because he looked at me, what's up, Dorian? And he said, I'm going to have to download Marvel Snap. And I was like, what? Because we had the conversation, like 10 minutes pass by, and then we roll, and then 5 minutes pass by, and then he says this to me. And I'm like, he's like, you got some kind of superpower since the last time I rolled with you. Because what you just did to me wasn't even right. And I just been doing the new mount things.
Yeah.
But it was funny because just randomly, like 15 minutes had passed, and he was like, I'm going to go download that Marvel Snap game.
Hell yeah. Another
Marvel
one
Snap's
joins
going to
us.
have to sponsor us.
Oh, you look extra
Yeah.
crispy
Ooh.
today.
You know,
Man.
I would
the-
like to say...
Camera settings.
It's
It's
the camera
settings.
the new
Man.
studio lighting.
Actually, the funny part is Mandy started working for that new place,
Mhm.
and she's got all this product.
You get to sample
She's
the
been
product.
dolling you up.
She's sampling it on me.
I see.
She's like, here, put this stuff on your face. I'm like,
You
I
know
have
what
a really good
happens?
joke here, but I can't say it online.
You know what happens once you start trying your own supply. It's
Yeah.
not good.
It's gonna go downhill
It's
now.
gonna go downhill. You
But I
can't get high on
appreciate
your
it,
own
Dorian. I'm
supply.
glad that you care.
And,
I'm glad somebody cares.
Yeah,
you know?
somebody. You know?
I've been asking my wife to care for a long time, and she does, but...
That was you walking yourself out of the hole you dug. You put a shovel in the ground, you dug a little divot, you stepped in it, you're like, you know what? Nope, we're going to cover that back up. Pat it down. All right.
We got 2 TikToks today. Except don't let my wife see that one.
Oh, okay. I'm just, yeah. That's
Why
we'll
don't
just
you have
say
any
that.
comments?
Oh, they come up, they go away. As
Oh,
soon
they
as
go,
come
what the
up.
hell? That's garbage.
As if I tap it, it comes back
Oh.
up, though. See?
What's up? It's slow on here. It doesn't show me the same things.
It just doesn't show you
Allison's
who's
watching. Don't fuck up.
Mm-mm.
I bet
It's a
I
low
wish we
bar.
could live stream right now because I bet she's sitting there watching with her cat on the lap.
For sure.
Confirm that, please.
That's great. Restraint.
How do you keep calm? Wow, she's asking. How do you keep calm in a match when things aren't going your way? Specifically, if you're restrained.
Great. That's a
This is a good question for Brandon.
Why? Why for me?
Let's bring up Nogi Pans
What did I do?
in that chair experience.
Oh, well,
What do you do when you're in that environment?
when things aren't going your
Dorian
way.
liked the
That's right.
Dorian
I
liked
know
that
I'm
joke. The cat is on the chair. Whew. All right.
So what do you do when things aren't going your way?
Yeah.
It's tough. You gotta breathe. That's a big thing, I think, is you gotta
Good.
try to stay calm.
Breathing's a good start.
Breathing.
Hey, I'm watching.
You know what's funny though is you can say that as a joke,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how many times I've
Oh,
had
I
to
know.
tell people to breathe
Mhm.
when they're especially like white and blue belt.
Yeah.
But when you
Like-
start getting panicked, you like
Yeah.
tense up and you're just like
For sure.
squeezing hard and
Yeah.
shit, and you get so exhausted like that.
I think
so.
I still do it at black belt.
Yeah.
There's still some matches, especially if I know like it's a good name person or it's going to be someone that's like
Yeah.
really tough.
Yeah.
Like I catch myself like, whew, like you just wasted a lot of energy there
Yeah.
for no reason. Then they take your chair away.
Yeah, that's the roughest,
It's like-
man.
That's what
the-
she should have asked. What do you do with your life
That might
after
have
they-
been the worst victim of COVID. Was just me getting my chair stuck in pants.
I feel like
That's
that might have
right.
been one of the worst tournament experiences ever. Watching you go
Oh.
through that day, like you
Oh.
had to run.
Yeah, I had to run in flip flops in the parking lot.
You stubbed your toe and cut
yeah,
it
I was all
open.
bloody and shit.
You then barely made weights.
And then I lost the decision.
Then you lost the decision by being on top the whole time.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Then they took your chair
Then
away.
I sat in a chair and she took it from
Then
me.
you got your ass beat.
Yeah, then I got tapped in like 20. Faster than Wyatt did. For sure.
I mean, that's rough.
Yup.
Gi Pants 2023 is going to be lit. How many are you bringing? Whew.
How many are we bringing?
Well, that
That's
has
a ton.
been we've had a lot of back and forth on this conversation and this trip, but it's looking like right now, like we're going to need probably 2 houses.
Over 20?
I'm over
Oh,
20 by
yeah,
easily.
Over 30?
Easily. I'm going to guess, if you count all the gyms, don't count like Mount Vernon side, just count Sullivan, Terre Haute, Effingham, Mattoon, Moweaqua, Macomb, Newego, and I don't even know about Ocala, maybe.
What the hell's Newego?
That's the
That's
Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Kevin's?
I'm guessing 40 to 50 people. Is
They got a chance to win.
when you're well, that's not competitors. That's
Oh.
significant others, family, whatever. You know, some people are going to bring their significant others. Some people. So I'm trying to find a house that has like lots of bunk beds this time. Like the first
Like that
house that
one
we
time,
went, that
yeah.
was kind of nice that you had like 8 bunk beds in one room,
Yeah.
so that you could just do that. Michael is suspiciously quiet. Is he plotting something?
I'm actually
Always.
answering that.
He's
I'm
actually preparing the real show.
I'm-
This is just a
I'm-
fake show.
I'll be honest. I did not count up the points for the competitions. I forgot, so I realized when I got here and I saw the script, I needed to do that. And some fucking how Chad did not lose because
Never does.
because of the Rita match.
Oh.
It's weird. Like I gotta play this role of always being
Chosen one.
the chosen
Like,
one.
Rita shit the bed, and then so now I have to do another punishment. So I'm
Predestination.
I'm sitting here.
How many
figuring out what punishment I'm gonna do.
how many
That's
white
what
belt
I'm doing.
golds do you think we need to clinch pans?
So to clinch the novice pants,
At
I would
least 10,
say
right?
I would say at least 10. I was
Yeah.
gonna say 15 would do it.
At least 10 golds though. And
But-
then a couple bronzes, a couple silvers.
Yes, Isaac, we have a Sullivan gym. Actually, Tyler's opened that up. Yeah, not Sullivan, Illinois, but Sullivan, Indiana. They just opened up Liberty Jiu-Jitsu, and it's been pretty cool. They make a cool team. And then who else we had? Tough style bracket for the rooms. Oh,
You have to fight to get into the house?
yeah. At this point, I'm okay with it. I mean,
That's a pretty fun idea actually. Could have a
I
little in-house
I
tournament.
always wanted to do like hide and seek or something in the houses.
Okay.
They're huge.
All right.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I don't know, is that bad?
Let's
What?
bury it. Let's go inside
Mhm.
that. What's the premise there.
Yeah. I don't know. Get super drunk and see.
Okay. All right, we're back on track.
See, it's like we didn't find Chad for 3 days.
He missed his bracket.
Yeah.
But man, did he got himself
He is the
crammed
king of
up
hide and go
underneath the
seek.
sink.
Four Loco hide and go seek.
We haven't done Four Locos, and you don't even know that trip. Ronnie knows that
I
trip.
don't know.
I
I know what Four Locos
That's
are.
a classic trip.
That's a classic. Oh, we should have had Derek tell that story when he was on.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Derek is the Four Loco champion.
I've heard. It's like
You ever
Ryan-
see
Ryan
one man
Failing.
drink one drink and crawl on the floor and go,
Yeah.
Poor guy. And then Waylon at 9 years old
Yeah.
beating his ass.
Derek was so drunk, he tried to get to the bathroom and he couldn't even crawl. He inchwormed his way to the bathroom.
I've heard.
He slammed his head on the ground, slid his knees up to his head, slammed his head on the ground, slid his knees up to his head.
When are we paintballing? You know, that would be a good trip. That's what we should do, is the whole team should go paintballing.
I always wanted to go like rock climbing or something too. I feel like that'd be really fun.
With support or without.
Like
Free
at a
climb.
gym.
Yeah.
Not free solo. Not free soloing any mountains.
That was weird.
Hey, I just want to check
You
how.
wrote.
I just want to know
Do you?
how confident you are in your abilities.
How big is the mountain?
You know, when you watch some of those people, that shit's crazy.
Yes.
I could not
watch that
imagine.
documentary called Free
Like,
Solo.
yeah, just imagine grabbing
Freak
one
out.
rock and making one wrong decision that day.
Imagine a bird flies by
Yeah.
or something.
You know who does that? She's
Alex
from
Honnold?
St.
Waylon
Charles.
said, I remember Derek on Four Locos at 8 years old. The birdhouse is a legit spot.
Sabara.
Yeah. Sabara, thank you. Yeah,
Tell him
Sabara
to get
does
a
that
gi
free
on.
climbing.
Get in here, Jeremy.
It's
Throw
not
the
that
gi on,
scary.
bud.
The gi's not that scary. It's just constricting.
Jeremy's not competing in the gi?
Throw the gi
I
on.
don't believe it. But this does go back to a real question.
It does.
Okay.
When should I start this new tournament?
Which one?
The
Shot-
taking shots
Shot-
tournament.
Oh,
Chad?
God, no.
Think about this. I have this kind of.
I thought about it as long as I needed to. 5 seconds.
Yeah,
No.
thank you.
Let's really address this.
I remember reading that the other
Okay,
day. Hold on a second.
so
Mhm.
Shot Itsu Pro League. Okay,
What makes it a pro league?
because you are definitely a pro if you win.
Because no one is going to AA afterwards because we're all pros
AA's
now.
there on the site. We have a little booth.
Yeah.
So
Jeez.
we need to find a really cool brewery,
Okay.
right? Really badass brewery.
I'm good.
Mat it all up.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Then there's no submissions. Okay. So
Okay.
we find 12 people to do the bracket, and so the 12 people, let's say, do the bracket. Yeah, there would be no time limit. So if you score
This
2
sounds
points, like let's say you
awful.
take me down, right?
Yeah.
And you establish the takedown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I immediately have to take 2 shots.
Okay.
Okay. Of
Okay.
Rumplemans.
So.
Ew.
Hold on. You have to stop the match.
Yes.
To take the shots.
Right. So like,
No,
let's say
but you
Ronnie
have to
takes
s-
me down and he ends up in close guard, but he for sure gets the 2 points. Pause. 2 shots.
And you have to do them while you're laying there and I'm on top of you, right?
No, you could sit up, but then you gotta go back to close guard. You get like a
Oh, I
10
get
second
better the
window.
other
I like it that way.
I know,
You
but-
have to do shots while I have you in knee on belly.
We can work the details out, okay? So you get 2 points,
Mm-hmm.
take 2 shots. I sweep
Yeah.
you take 2 shots.
Okay.
No submissions.
Yeah.
First to throw up,
Uh-huh.
give up, or pass out.
Gotcha.
And then that other person wins. And then you get the hour break for the next match to sober up. But the person that finally wins the division gets like a $200 or $300 bottle of like rare alcohol.
Oh.
Brandon, heads or tails? Heads or tails? That's in my head. Go ahead.
Tails.
Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm going to not be supportive. Questions. One, what brewery is going to let us come and throw up in it?
Somewhere in Kentucky.
There you go. You might have to sleep with your sister, but it's perfectly fine.
All of our
Chad.
friends in Kentucky.
And their sisters.
Follow-up question. Question
We love
2.
you.
Question 2. Is this a tournament?
Yeah.
So that
So you
means
multiple matches.
Yes.
multiple matches.
4 matches to gold. And you line up 300 shots on the.
The finals match is going to be
Yes.
whoever scores first The next person throws up.
Jeremy, exactly like that. High rollers
Yes.
with alcohol.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea.
The only way
gotta
this
There's
would
way
work,
more alcoholics out there.
the only way this would work is if you did it in the gi. That way, when you do throw up, you just slide them right through them so it mops it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Wow.
I think it would be awesome.
That was visual. Whew.
That's
Four
true.
Hands
They
Brewery
did.
just hosted a BJ. Yeah, there you go. Scott, he's got my back.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people in on this. I think I could get it.
Let me know when you get it going, bud. I'll be a referee.
You really want to be a ref? You're going to have to wear one of those COVID shields.
That's fine.
You feel like you're going to have to wear a real mask.
I'll get a whole
The whole money.
hazmat suit.
Yeah. They're going to be
We'll
throwing up
commentate.
in
There we
your
Yeah,
go.
we'll commentate.
We'll commentate on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So how we have to do it is you guys have a shield, and the people when they're
does.
throwing
It's
up, they have to throw up all over the shield.
I would throw up on you
Man.
guys. I'm just letting you know from commentating.
This has
I would throw
escalated
up.
so much.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm glad that
Any questions for us yet, since we provided you guys with so much content
I'm glad that
to get the show
I
started?
didn't prepare anything for this. So this is
It's
great.
working
How
out.
can anybody
okay so
prepare
far.
for this?
Well, you better start drinking a lot.
Oh man.
I'm in for this conversation, but yeah, how could you prepare for that tournament? You can't.
Listen, anybody that wants to be part of this event, you need to start drinking 1 shot a day and double that every day for 1 year.
What's the sign?
Oh my god. Oh.
And then you will be the chosen one.
What's the
Chad
sign-up
Hawkins
fee?
promotes alcoholism. I can see it now.
The sign-up fee, I don't even know.
Jeez.
You need to bring a bottle of Rumplemints in, because I'm not going to be able to
Okay.
afford what's going to take place.
Boy, and Rumplemans, that
Yeah,
has
no,
got to be one of
man.
the worst.
Why would I
At
pay
least
the
it's gonna
competitors?
come up smelling good, right?
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
It's like,
It is
it'll
not
be-
true at all.
It'll be
Thank
God.
Christmas
True.
spirit.
It's so bad.
No, I've thrown up Rumplemints, so there's no way.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Do you pay the competitors to enter? No, they pay me. Clearly.
Clearly. Hey, if you're willing to pay for a fake piece of gold medal, you're
Yeah.
willing to pay to throw up on a bunch
Exactly.
of mats.
Actually, that was
You're
my
paying
that
for
was-
free shots.
That was my third question. What is the ultra rare bottle of alcohol?
I don't know.
We'll get like a bottle of like
Brandon would know this better than me.
Louis the 13th.
Yeah.
that's some good cognac, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Or
like some really badass
or like
bottle
Pappy
of alcohol.
Van Winkle
Yeah.
whiskey or something.
That's
Something
expensive.
like
shit.
that.
We got 15 people watching and not one asking us questions.
We had some questions earlier.
Hey, Mickey's on. What's up?
You guys
So-
all? Anybody else excited that they put Power Rangers on Netflix?
Whew. Well, I mean, that does bring up the Green Ranger died, which was a sad. We lost 5 viewers
Jesus
off that.
Christ, why would you bring that part up?
That's all I can remember of Power
The
Rangers.
day before he died, I bought a Christmas ornament of the Green Ranger. It was
Really?
crazy, yeah.
You
And
killed
that's
him.
what took his life. Yeah.
His soul is in my Christmas tree.
So he made some sort of
That's
deal with
so
the devil,
weird.
Uh-huh.
and then he had to get to so much money,
Yeah.
and Brandon
Yep.
Once
pushed it
that
over
last
his
That's
batch
it.
of merch got bought.
You're welcome.
That's so weird because
Oh.
last night,
Rest in peace, Tommy.
this is good or bad, I don't know, but my dog is old. He's on his last leg.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And I said, how weird would it be if he passed out and then I became a millionaire the next day? Like, maybe it was, like, linked together. The only reason I thought of that was because of the Green
First
Ranger.
of all, you call it passing out.
How does
When Effie passes
how does
out-
that link? How?
I'll become a
Well,
billionaire.
because the Green Ranger, he bought the ornament, and then the Green Ranger died the next day.
I understand that.
So I was
part.
thinking if Epi passed,
Mhm.
took a nap,
Uh-huh. A forever nap, yes.
he
then
passes out
the
forever.
next day he like unlocks the. Somehow I become worth $300 million.
That's the part I'm asking about. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Don't worry
I don't.
about
I
that
don't.
part.
I didn't create the universe.
My dog died and he had accidentally swallowed a key. That key was to a safe deposit box.
You
It
dug
was
up in the
Elon Musk.
backyard.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Like the last thing he does is
Oh.
dig up a chest in the backyard.
He's not allowed outside.
Oh. Well,
All right, we gotta get these questions. Let's, Ronnie. We got
We
questions.
do have
Let's-
some questions in here.
any
What's
power
up,
Tips
rangers?
for
Tio?
older grapplers.
Oh, don't train.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
What was it?
We're getting canceled.
The question was tips on an older grappler coming back after 6 years. Some tips
What's
to knock
older
off the
mean?
rest.
Brandon.
I mean, I didn't start till I was 30.
Me too.
Yeah, well, I started about 25, but
What?
No, it'd be earlier than that, huh?
I was gonna say you were like, yeah.
Because I've been doing it for 10 years and I'm 30. Yeah, I was 21.
I was like, you started way early. I know that.
34.
You know,
Who asked that question?
that was Mickey.
The
that
fuck
asked-
some
and then
Ruppelman's gotta be. Fucking
Mickey asked that, and then also Dorian was like, yeah, that.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
I think you just gotta be willing to tap too. You just can't let your body get hurt, and then you'll be hurt. You won't want to train. You just gotta keep your body in condition enough to be able to keep training. And you gotta tap to do that.
What would you say?
Flow rolling. As much flow
Yeah, that
rolling.
too.
Find your other older grappler that's been out of it for 6
I don't know
years
if-
and be like, hey, let's get in this and let's just flow roll a little bit, test new waters and stuff like
It's
that.
so hard for me to find that balance between actually rolling and like not really rolling. It's so hard to find that like middle ground of like flow rolling.
Yeah.
Well, it's like sparring. You know, like listen, I'll go 10% if you go 10%.
Yeah,
and then you're
hit,
and then you're
you
like
go
you're at
25%.
185%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so tough.
The big thing is you got to find that person
Yeah.
that will do that with you, and that you're also not afraid to be like, hey, let's slow down. Hey, slow down a little bit. Hey, slow down a little bit. Don't hit me so hard. Back off.
All right.
You talking about Gage?
No,
No,
I
no.
just take it. I just take it like a man and cry when on my trip.
Oh, did you
back
say I
home.
just take it?
Yeah.
I thought you said I just hate
No,
Gage.
no.
He's like, no, I'm not saying that on live here.
And you did not say that. We are editing that out.
Ice baths.
Well, hold on.
Ice
Let's finish now we can start hitting questions here. So the one thing that I've got as I've gotten older and I've trained, because when I first started training, I trained with everyone. Didn't matter the size. Didn't matter. I mean, remember Levi?
Yeah.
400 pounds or whatever he was. I mean, so as you get older, you have to actually, like, instead of saying, I don't want to be a bitch, I'll just train with everyone, Like, you gotta, it's not that you say I'm going to be a bitch, but you almost have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm to that point right now where, like, I will tell people, no, I'm not going to roll with you today. Like, I know my back hurts. I know that I'm having stomach issues. So I'm being more selective now. And then it's kind of like you said, like the flow rolling thing. But it's not necessarily flow rolling is what I'm looking at it like anymore. To me, I want to know how to constantly move with using no energy.
Right.
Right? So my framing, my positioning has to be 100% perfect so that Ronnie, let's say I'm rolling with Ronnie, I never let him get chest to chest on me. I never let him get where he could stack me, where he could, so to me, it's almost like walking, right? Like when you first start walking, it seems like the most impossible thing in the world. And then
Remember learning to walk?
well, I'm just saying in general, when I think about Lucy, when she started
That's
walking.
when he was born. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
He came out
I'm the
like,
chosen
oh.
one. I came out and
It was
said,
a cloudy
hey!
Oh.
My apologies, my lord.
And your mom was like, put it back in. It's not done cooking.
All right, but but I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you have to learn, like Brandon said first, tap. Don't think, okay, I'm in this position with this big guy, because I was rolling yesterday. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He's the really nice guy, that's bigger guy that trains there.
The football player, Austin? Or Toby?
No, it wasn't Toby. So it must have been Austin.
Yeah.
I like him. He's a nice guy. And he's really nice. He even rolled nice. He played guard with me. I mean, he's, 250?
Yeah.
But even I could feel my knee, him not doing anything, my knee feels unstable, And that's the thing. When you're rolling, are you communicating with your body? And, even you don't have to tap to a submission.
Right.
Just say, look, this shit feels tight on my leg. This shit feels tight on my shoulder. I think sometimes we go for things thinking, well, it should work. It's a Kimura, but no, it's a Kimura now with 60 extra pounds added into it.
Yeah.
Compared to your weight class. So I think really communicating with yourself is the most important thing. And if you're not doing a competition, there's no reason for you to push yourself on ridiculous limits.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was going to say. It's like you got to know.
I mean, if you're doing a competition, you're going to have to put your body through some hell if you want to be a winner.
Right.
I mean, you're going to have to do stupid shit to your body. But if not, if you're doing it as a hobby, if you're doing it as
Right.
you're enjoying the sport, well, then by hurting yourself, you're not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
By letting
So-
your body get hurt, you're hurting the acceleration of your training.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, you get knocked off for 2 or 3 months.
and then you lose everything.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, it would be tap to that thing.
It's kind of like, what stage are you at in your jiu-jitsu game? Like, are you at the point where you just need to learn to get through the tough times and be tougher and handle the tough positions better? Or are you trying to sharpen up a specific technique? Like, there's just a lot.
So the last part to this, because I think we have some questions, Mickey said, is flow rolling a myth?
I don't think so. I think it kind of is.
I think it's a little
somewhat.
both.
It's a little both.
But to me, like, that's what all I did yesterday, except with Toby. Toby made me have to actually, like, but he's 240 pounds and he can move really well. But besides that, like, I didn't ever feel like I had to make incredible movements
Yeah, let me
that
ask
put me
you
in
this.
danger.
So, whenever you roll with like a white belt that's relatively your size, it basically is a flow roll, right? It's not like
Right.
you're ever in a position where you don't know what to do to get
Exactly.
out. It is a flow roll at that point, kind of.
So I think if you're older, you should put yourself in side control. Have someone put you in side control. Have someone put you in mount. And learn how to use your frames. Learn how to move yourself without having to use strength to do those things. And to me, now it's just literally like, okay, if I'm mounted, I'm getting on my side. There's no strength in that, and they can't put their hips down through the floor. Now I'm creating inches. I'm keeping my elbows in, like, all these little things that don't take any strength and can't put my body in any really damaging places.
And this is all the
And just
Danaher
moving.
mantra anymore, is that they recommend you learn how to escape all the positions first and then go from there.
I even say that in one of my no-gi drillers guide, that you have to learn how to keep moving. Just little movements. If you ever stop and aren't doing some hand fighting or framing or moving,
Yeah,
then
that's a good point.
you have to figure out why you're stopping.
Yeah.
Your brain
Is it
should
'cause you're
never stop.
exhausted?
Well, or it's just because you don't have an answer for the next
Right,
question.
that's what I mean.
Yeah. So, like, if you don't have an answer, that's where you need to work.
Yeah. And ask them. You know, when you get to that spot, ask them what you should do here. Ask your coach. Remember that position.
Yeah, and Mickey also asked, like, is not accepting a role that he said it feels wrong and it also feels disrespectful. And that's not a...
I'll be
like-
honest, I think it's the opposite. I think sometimes you can't be, like, afraid to say no. Like,
It's true. And it's not necessarily like I get that feeling. I understand that if someone says, "Hey, you want to roll?" and you're like, "No," that does, like, if I was the one asking and someone said no, I would kind of feel like, why don't you want to roll with me? But if you were be like, instead of just saying no, saying, "I'll roll with you, but I want to work on this.
Right.
I'll roll with you, but I want to do this." Because I'm a little bit afraid of getting hurt. Not that you're the problem, just the size differences could be a problem.
Yeah,
Or
definitely.
this part of my body's hurting a little bit. I want to work out of this. As long as you frame it in that light, that's what's going to make it less disrespectful. But I don't. That being said, if you just flat out say no, not this round, that's not disrespectful. Everyone gets that, like, you're tired. I get that.
Can you plug that in?
Also, though, on the other side of the coin, if you're like have a tournament coming up that you're trying to specifically train for, you need to be pushing through that and
That's
just going as many rounds as you can constantly with no break.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's... When I first started, white, blue, purple belt, that was the mindset I had. Don't say no to someone. Roll with everyone. Don't be a bitch. And now I'm sitting here with 4 herniated discs and all these issues.
And 9 world medals,
Right.
So-
But not everyone wants to be that.
you know.
9
That's
gold
the give and
medals.
take, though. you
Right.
know?
No, for sure. I wanted that, so then I put myself through that. But I'm like, some of these people don't want that.
That's what I mean. You
You
got to
know?
find what you're trying to accomplish.
So yeah, like, if you want to be a world champion, you gotta be smart. Clearly,
Yeah,
if you see somebody that's 240 pounds jumping on heel hooks and you're 150 pounds, you got to communicate.
I think
But-
that's what it comes down to. You just have to communicate with whoever you're rolling with, and that's kind of like
But if you're just an older
the TLDR.
or whatever, out of shape, older, like, there's so many things.
Injured.
The wrestler kid that's got 8 years wrestling coming in at 200 pounds, it's, but you need to explain that to them. You
Yeah.
need to logically tell them, like, listen, dude, I am smaller than you. I don't move like you. Like, I hopefully I can get up there one day. If you want to work guard and I could play top and we can just play in these guidelines where you get something out of it and I get something out of it, then yeah.
Yeah.
But
There have
otherwise,
been
like,
times when I've not rolled with people because I've been intimidated too.
yeah.
So
I get that. I mean, I at black belt still get intimidated. I mean, you can say
And, like-
whatever you want. Like, Gage intimidates me.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too. For
Gage
sure.
intimidates me. Tyler Gordon intimidates me. Like, these are people, they don't want to hurt you. It's not, Gage
yeah.
doesn't want to hurt me.
Right.
Tyler doesn't want to hurt me, but their sheer power and aggressiveness.
Even like
you
Austin
make
and
one
Terre Haute,
mistake.
or those two
Yeah.
wrestler kids in Terre Haute, all three of those guys intimidate me. Dylan always did too.
Yeah.
And the thing with those guys are like transition wise, that you're gonna get hurt more transitionally, and you're never gonna really get hurt submissionally because they know it's like I got it in, I'll put it on, and you know if you're gonna be a dick and not tap, yeah, I'm gonna go hard. But if you just tap, hey, we're good. You know, that's one thing I really respect about it, and I know Tyler's the same way because he'll put me in stuff and like he'll work really hard to get to it, and he'll have this ankle lock on me, work real hard, knock me off to the side, and I see him and then he's slowly getting the finish because he knows he's got it. And I'm like, I know you got it, you know you got it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, so I'm going to go ahead and tap and be done with it.
And it usually turns out the guys I'm most intimidated to roll with are like usually just fine anyway.
Right.
So it's usually all in my head.
But typically the injury happens not like Ronnie said in
Yeah,
submission.
in the
It
transitions.
happens like, okay, they're going for the heel hook, and I know that I have to go this way, but he's 240.
Yeah.
You know, so like, yeah, my leg might be trying to force him this way, and on Brandon it would work. His whole hip would shift, but on Tyler it doesn't.
Right.
So his hip's still going that way, but my leg's going this way now.
Yeah.
And again, that kind of goes down to you have to communicate with your body. It's you know, like my leg yesterday. Like I knew my leg wasn't shifting his body to the other side, and if I wanted to force that, I could and hurt myself. But instead, I had to keep in my mind that I have to stay here and play this game, and if I have to get swept, I have to get swept, because it's better than forcing not getting swept and blowing my knee out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and read a couple of those.
Yeah, Dorian. Tyler's been training 6 days a week now, so he's actually getting really, really scary. And I don't know how he'll do at the gi pans, because he's not
Is he
been
doing Masters or is he doing adult?
Yeah, I think he could do Masters this year, which is
But
crazy.
which is he gonna do?
I would assume adult, but I don't know.
I mean, he can't do heel hooks regardless, but
Yeah, but his straight ankle lock is so incredible for ultra heavy.
Yes.
But
his guard in general probably.
I think at the no-gi pans this next year, he could have a shot of hitting the podium, or even, you know, maybe winning.
in March.
Well, the gi pans, I don't think he really has a chance, but the no-gi, which is what we just did. But he's training for that 6 days a week right now, and
Gi
it's
pans?
for no-gi pans.
Oh. Is he going to gi pants?
He's gonna go, but you know he hasn't. Gi's not his thing. Like Tyler Gordon's better in the gi, or Tyler Allen's better in the gi. Tyler Gordon's better in no gi. Jesse says, "Hell, you tell us to flow, and it just turns into a life match." Yeah, exactly.
That's what I
happens
always kind
a lot.
of
Always.
Yeah, and then at a certain point, you know, it's just that when you're doing that, if you are okay with it turning into that, if you're okay with like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going, you're gonna keep going, we're gonna keep going at that, that's fine. But you, at a certain point, especially if you're worried about injury and stuff, you have to be like, they're going harder than I want to go, just tap. You know, you're going harder than I want to go right now. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people got to go hard, some people don't. That's what you do.
You just almost have to have it in your mind that it's not even a roll, it's a drill.
Yeah.
Like you're in there, you're doing this move, they're letting you, they're going to do this move back, and you're just going to flow through these positions almost like a drill.
Yeah.
So 2 things that I think on this part, 2 games that we've kind of done to help this lately, and that's the thing with jiu-jitsu as instructors. You constantly have to think about how to do different things to improve your students, or you're going to stay the same academy. You're going to be that black belt academy or whatever academy that does the same shit for 20 years and nothing evolves and your students stay the same. And back then you might have been the top dog, but now you're nobody.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I've really enjoyed, I think, for safety of my students, especially for the newer and the experienced students, remember when we were starting with, you start on the back and you can't escape the back. All you can do is defend the chokes.
Yes.
Right? Or you start in side control, and you can't escape side control. All you can do is frame and make sure no one's chest gets down on you, and you stay on your side. So if Ronnie's in side control on me, his only goal is to just get chest to chest and keep me flat. And my goal is to make sure I'm staying on my side and framing and not getting smashed. Or same thing with half guard. Like, he's sitting in half guard, and he's just trying to get that underhook and club my head and flatten me, and I'm trying not to get flat. Or the armbar position. You're trying to finish the armbar, and I'm just trying to make sure I defend it, not get tapped.
Right.
So, like, to me, the cool thing about that, especially for white belts or injured people, is now you're actually just defending the submission, which is where the lowest injury rate happens unless you have an ego, right? Now you're taking out the crazy scrambles and the crazy shit that, someone's jumping over your guard and lands on your foot and breaks it or pops your knee out, or that's where all the shit really happens.
It's kind of why I've always liked, on the same note, like doing like the sweep pass submit from a position.
Right.
Yeah.
But even that has a decent factor of injury because people get crazy trying to go. I mean, that's where the injuries happen. You got your legs up, big guy runs in, lands on your leg, or you twist yourself wrong.
You try to fly an armbar someone
At least
smaller than you, laying on their foot. Sorry, Derek.
Whew. Yeah. Even like Corey, like when Ethan fell on him. But it's nice to have one area where your brain can focus. Okay, they can only choke me, and all I have to do is defend that. Now the guy on the back is learning how to set things up and to think through things. The guy that's actually getting his back taken is sitting there and kind of feeling what the guy's doing. And to me, that's like the best way to learn jiu-jitsu right now is to like micro drill those things.
I think so too.
That's a great
Refines that position, your technique in that position.
So I think if you guys are struggling with injuries, if you're older or if you're a white belt or blue belt or whatever and you want to learn more things, stop making it the whole package where you start on your feet and slap hands, right? Because that's tough. But start micro drilling. That's what Brandon and I do every Monday now. He picks 4 things and drills one of those for 5 minutes straight. Like I drilled single leg takedowns the other day for 5 minutes straight. You drilled the single X entry for 5 minutes straight. So drilling that and really picking precise areas.
Focusing on it.
Yeah, and then picking areas where you can actually challenge yourself and your injury rate goes way down. And like, it's easier to say, like think about it like this. Say you and I are competitively training, and of course I don't want to lose to you, you don't want to lose to me. When we start on our feet, that's in our mind. But if you start with me on my back, I don't give a fuck if
I was just going to say
point.
that. I was like, sometimes I do that to save my own ego even.
Right.
I'm just like, you know what? You just start in mount, and I'll work out of there from...
Yeah, because then at least
I'm not
it's
worried
like,
about, like... Yeah, it alleviates a lot.
Now you're actually training and improving yourself and looking at it from an analytical point of view instead of just I don't want to lose to this guy point of view. He's newer than me. He's a lower belt than me. He's whatever.
And like this isn't like the best mindset to have, but to me it's like I'm already in the worst position possible. Even if he does tap me here, I don't even really care. Like, I mean I care, but like it's not gonna damage my ego really badly or anything. It's a terrible mindset, but.
I would say we cut the show in 15 minutes. What do you think?
That sounds good. For Rob's, what he's had, and Joe, Joe is a monster. His judo is so good. I can imagine if he throws his hips into you, he can pop a rib out. I've felt his judo. It's
Is that a Rico guy?
No, he's a
Macomb.
Macomb guy.
Okay.
He's a judo black belt.
Oh.
And he's very his judo is very good. It's very fun to watch him.
It has been
use his
neat to
judo.
see him in some of his tournaments.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
that
so
won't work,
pretty.
and then you're like, how the hell did that work?
It's so pretty. His foot sweeps.
Judo is that exactly.
Yes.
Judo's like, that's not
There's
working.
no
That's not
way.
working. What
Holy
the
shit.
hell?
It just takes that little
Yeah,
bit, you know?
you're like, oh, he's getting his back taken. Oh, he's in side control. Oh, he's the one getting taken down. Oh, somehow he's on top.
Judo's some of the most fun highlights to watch.
Absolutely.
Oh man, they are crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. Update on King of the Mat.
Do you remember what
Yeah,
episode
it's
number
me.
that was that you talked about the
I
King of
don't.
that? Well, I know there's a TikTok, so if you're on TikTok, you can follow.
Well,
us on
and
TikTok.
I've talked to Dorian about that. I actually have. I don't even think I can say it yet.
Oh man, you
But
guys are on the cutting edge right here.
well, he messaged me yesterday, and he's been a pretty big supporter of the King of the Mat and me.
It's Gordon Ryan.
I wish. I actually messaged him. If you're watching, Gordon Ryan, read your messages, you little.
If you're
beat.
one of our 14, 14, he just got on.
Yeah, Gordon's here.
Gordon just got on.
All right, but the first plan was to have Gordon Ryan take over King of the Mat and call it King Ryan's King of the Mat, and it was going to be awesome. But that's not probably going to happen. So we're going to take our second option, which I
King
can't throw out the
Brandon.
name. I don't think yet. But they talked about supplying us with mats, a really nice venue in St. Louis. But the goal is to run them in St. Louis and run them in Chicago, to make it all no-gi and to try to get 50 invite competitors
Mhm.
to fight for the worlds for like $5,000. Like that's my goal. If anyone's watching or anyone cares, we need marketing. We need locations. We need options. Unfortunately, we are just a small podcast. So, yeah, Lopez's lapels. Mario got promoted the other day.
Yeah, I seen
To
that.
purple belt? Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that.
I seen that.
He's gonna
And
be
we
my
appreciate
division,
you guys watching. Mickey, I think
How
he's
old is he?
He's 50.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's old. He's older.
It's crazy. I need some of that shit. Whatever Mandy has, we need to improve that. So, all right, we got 13 minutes left. Whatever questions that you guys want to throw at us, throw at us. Did we miss any questions? It's not too far delayed.
No, but it's pretty spot on.
Yeah, Brian does get avoided a lot. Actually, you know what's funny is the other day I was doing the open mat in Terre Haute on Black Friday. I closed Terre Haute,
Right.
and then I was driving to Thanksgiving, and I was like, I'm in a fucking mall on the busiest shopping day in the world.
Yeah.
Why did I close? So then I was like, I got to do an open mat. So we go in there, and then Ryan comes to me, and when Ryan first joined the team, Ryan Gosnell,
Mm-hmm.
he was doing all leg locks. He leg locked me more than anybody's ever leg locked me.
Mhm.
And it was always the calf crush. He was so good at the calf crush.
What a niche submission to be good at.
Huh?
What a
Yeah,
unique
it was
submission to be
really
good
annoying. So, I...
I just caught what you did there.
What do you do? Oh, a knee?
at. No, never mind. Just move on. It's okay, bud.
Is it because I'm blonde?
12 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So, I told him to stop doing leg locks and learn to pass the guard because he wouldn't even pass guard. Like, he didn't know what a guard was. He didn't know how to pass guard. He just literally jumped on a leg lock. So then he quit doing it. And I didn't realize he did that. He quit doing it for 4 years.
He doesn't do it ever anymore?
No. So he came to me, and he's good now. Like, he has a guard. He knows how to pass. He's annoying as hell to deal with. And he said, can I start doing leg locks again? And I was like, you got to be shitting me. You haven't done leg locks for 4 years because I told you in the beginning to learn how to pass guard. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, this does sound like Ryan, except you finished the sentence, which was shocking. But... So then he leg locked 50 people on Friday.
Really?
Yeah, like everyone just got tapped out.
Calf
All right.
crushed.
Yeah, that's very funny. The reason that Ryan, because I think you are still watching, if you are still watching, the reason that Chad was so surprised by that is no one actually listens to what Chad says. So the fact that you actually listened to him and took that and did it for 4 years, that's what's shocking him the
Yeah.
most.
You're stupid.
Shit.
All right, what do we
Sorry.
got? Does Felipe bring anything new to rematch? No, Felipe's done. I said that the other day. Felipe's career is over. Like, he's going to fight Gordon Ryan, he's going to take his paycheck, and he is going to retire. And it sucks.
Friends.
Yeah.
We're making friends.
We always do.
You know I'm good at making friends.
Yeah.
Clearly, everyone just loves to... No, probably not. But anyways. No, I mean, you guys give your opinions. I think Felipe's done.
No, he was done with Ty beat him.
Yeah, well, he was done when Gordon put that
When
into
he
perspective,
quit.
and he quit. And that was the end. And then Ty did it, and then who else did he lose to again?
Has he won since then?
No.
And-
So-
He lost to Ty,
And
Gordon.
Who else? Yeah, he lost another one in ADCC. Why am I blanking?
Yeah.
Nicky Rod.
yeah, he lost
Yep.
to Nicky Rod, and then he didn't take the
And then he didn't take the third place
third
match.
place match. He let Yuri get third.
Yeah. Which he
and
could
then
beat Yuri.
Went on to.
Realistically, he's 100 times better than Yuri.
I mean, I don't know.
Yuri, the guy
If-
that beat
Yuri's
Nicholas
the guy who
Marigali?
won the.
I understand, but
Ultimate.
Nicholas Marigali being completely destroyed after going that with Ty.
Yeah.
He was pretty tired, I think.
Yeah.
I
But he had-
don't think like a fresh Nicholas Marigali
Well,
would have
yeah.
I
like
think Marigali
maybe.
will ever be able
I
to
don't
beat
know.
Gordon.
Nick. I don't know if Marigali will be able to beat. I want they trained in the gi the other day. Marigali, Gordon, and Hodger.
Tracer.
Yeah.
And I would have loved
And
to be
Lex
in that
Friedman.
room
Mm-hmm.
to see
Be in the room where it happens.
How that went. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming Gordon's still got to be annoying as hell to deal with in the gi.
Yeah.
Like, just
How
because
can
you
he
put on a
not
gi
be?
doesn't mean that
Yeah.
you just suck.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just means he has
Yeah,
to break
there's
more
no
ribs.
difference. Chad, you are saying that there is no difference between no gi and gi. You are making your history is repeating itself.
well, I mean,
It's not that
I
no
think there's
difference,
definitely a
but-
difference for sure, but like, there's a big difference between being a new, like, if you train no gi for a year and then you put the gi on, feeling helpless, and training jiu-jitsu for whatever 20
Right.
years and just being the best in the world, and it's like, well, now I can just grab this grip and I already know where to stop you. So, I don't know. I mean, did Hodger beat?
It's hard to tell.
You know what I'm saying?
hard
Like,
to
it's
tell.
I mean, that's some footage. Like, it's funny because JT Torres and Gordon Ryan rolled, you know? Did you ever watch that footage?
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, like, I guess something happened and JT Torres said or posted something that pissed Gordon off. So then he released the footage and basically, like, roasted JT Torres.
Well, that's
And-
like they when they did that one time where they got everyone together and then did like an ADCC open mat thing, and everyone didn't want to release the footage. Well, we know what side didn't want to release the footage, but yeah, I mean, I think that's a constant thing. I don't think he's ever scared of whatever room he's in or anything like
No.
that. I'm sure he did just fine against Hodger. Even.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hodger's like one of the most statuesque
Decorated
men I've
of
ever
ever.
seen.
yeah, I would say as far as GOAT status, he's done it in
He's
gi and
like
no
the
gi.
most decorated ever, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he is intimidating to be in the presence of.
No
When
shit.
we were around him at ADCC, it was like, oh shit, that's Hodger Crazy.
It's like a ghost legend.
Yeah, exactly.
How big of a spot do we need for King of the Map?
Well,
I would
I'd say at least the size of Tommy's.
bigger. If
probably.
At
if
least
we,
the size of Tommy's, Jim.
I want King of the Mat.
Killing it today, man.
Listen, okay. Next time you show up to the show, your cat better be on your lap.
Deal.
That would just be funny as hell to have a cat just sit here the whole
I'd
time.
be sneezing my head off the whole time.
I want King of the Mat to go bigger than what it is. Like, I want it to be an actual thing where people take it serious, like it is a tournament.
Mhm.
Like it's a normal tournament. So it's almost like we need a school or we need a space that's actually got decent amount of seating, decent amount of setup.
The seating's the big one.
Yeah.
Seating's the big
And
one.
Tommy's isn't bad. It did great.
It's just one-sided seating. You kind of
Um,
need that dual-sided seating, so if you wanted to watch a specific person, you can move around.
Because I want to do the kids thing the way we're doing it. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, that one's perfect.
I think
We
for
got that
kids, that's
down.
the best thing to do compared to having girls crying in the finals match for an hour and a half. Like, you know, it's just rough sometimes when you have these ridiculously long divisions for kids. 3,000 square feet of mats?
How big is Tommy's?
I don't know.
Like 2-ish?
Maybe, yeah. Wish he was on here. He could see it. He could say, but yeah, probably 2,000 square feet, I would say. And it went well, but I mean, if you had 50 people,
Yeah,
you would need maybe 5,000 square
What
feet.
about Mount Vernon?
it'd be nice.
I don't know. I haven't been to the new location, but again, I think the seating will be a problem. The seating is the
It'd
key.
have to be Kuman thing.
Yeah, that's like Dorian said when we went to the White House in Orlando. That wasn't bad because
That was
they
cool,
had
yeah.
that elevated
Yeah,
seating.
but even that was kind of tight.
it was tight.
You know, like imagine we had 100 spectators.
If it was like down, like it was like a like at a like what you're talking about in a like a high school gym, a basketball court down here, and you could be
Yeah.
up, you know, and it's 360 degree space where you can walk around.
Kind of like, so like Brian Stubner's, we had 125 spectators. That was our
Yeah.
highest ever.
But even then, that
It was
was
tight.
just one sided.
Yes.
Yeah, it was actually
Right.
in a corner.
And
Like,
it kind of sucked. Where if you had some type of,
Yeah, there's
I always thought the
wall, too.
EPC center would be cool. But you know what it costs to rent that?
a lot. Yeah.
$5,000 a day.
That doesn't
But it
sound
has a
like
stage and it has really cool seating and you could make a really cool light show.
Yeah, the downside to that would be that one again is it's all in one spot.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to see what's going on in the back.
Yeah.
So that
I just thought that would be a neat. I think Effingham would make a cool.
Well, you need stadium seating.
yeah, you need
Like where it
stadium.
rise.
Yeah, that and you need it to be all either that or if you don't have it all the way around, if you throw cameras in the back and have those like projected to where you can see, now that would be better.
I think
seen,
Effingham would be good.
Subspectrum, what they do in Iowa. He does a.
Oh, he does. Yeah,
he
it's
does a
neat.
theater.
Yeah.
So it has theater seating in it.
Yep.
Which actually kind of.
And it's kind of cool because he has like 2 mats on the stage
Mhm.
and then like 4 on below.
Yep.
That is kind of cool.
It's actually kind of.
It looks really cool.
Smart. Yeah. He's a really
Did
smart
any of
guy.
you guys watch Who's Number 2 the other day for B team? They
No.
had a little in-house tournament.
They're geniuses.
They don't do anything real though.
No, they
They
don't.
don't train real.
They don't actually
Hey.
know anything.
Did you guys see
All
that
they
on
do
Craig
is lift
Jones's
weights and
profile?
crush
It
watermelons.
says
I just
second
want you to
place
know,
in-
after I made that comment, they started training.
Oh, that's what it is.
Just so you guys know, you're
Uh-huh.
welcome for saving
Yeah.
B team.
Yeah, Chad saves the B team.
So what's the minimum bracket to make King of the Mat entertaining?
The minimum amount of people.
Yeah.
I can answer this, but I want to hear Ronnie.
20.
I would say minimum
The minimum.
12.
Yeah.
Absolute bottom line minimums. I
So
think
6
12.
matches at a time. I don't. Yeah, that.
Yeah. Because when we did, so we look at like our favorite matches, our favorite divisions, and our least favorite, right?
Yeah.
King of the Mat Chicago, I still think, what?
They're making side jokes.
King of the Mat Chicago, I think was still successful, but
Yeah.
it was like 8-man brackets.
Yeah.
It still worked, but it wasn't as entertaining as. To me, one of the most entertaining ones was the one at St. Charles MMA
Yeah, that was a
when
good
there was
one.
like
That was a good one.
32
Yeah.
no-gi,
Yes.
and on round 2 there was like 12.
I was just imagining at least 10
Well,
people
come on.
out there competing.
Simple
at the same
math,
time.
Chad.
10 matches.
You said they went from 32 to 12 in one round. Simple math says the minimum it could have gone down to is 16.
Why?
Because
that's how many
half of
matches?
32 is 16.
I don't know.
Simple math, Chad.
I said 2 rounds.
No, you said in one round.
I don't know. This is we lost 5 followers.
Yeah, we have a minute and 40 or minute and 20 seconds left.
All right, back to the question. I think 12 is probably the minimum.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Are you guys dying over here or what? You
We're
allergic to a
good.
cat?
Yeah, we're good.
So 12.
Yeah.
But I think
Dead minimum.
for enjoyment, 20 to 30 makes it wild.
Yeah.
Like even that, remember the Tristan's blue purple belt division in Springfield?
Yep.
I
No,
mean,
in
Springfield, Illinois, right?
no, that was in
Well, you're thinking of a Potosi.
yeah.
That was good. But remember the one with Couch, George, Jeremy that's tall
That
from
was-
Kansas,
that was,
and Tristan.
That was Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Springfield,
Oh,
Missouri
Springfield,
one.
Missouri.
That was a 30-something man division, and
Yeah.
that was pretty wild.
What was the one that I repped
Black
at Legends? That
The
one
black
time?
belt was our first division that we ever
Black-
did, and that was pretty
The
wild.
black
Like,
belt one was
like 14
fucking
black
nuts.
belts.
Yeah, and that one worked out. You can get away with the smaller division if you have a higher skill quality.
Yes, yeah.
I agree with that.
Because you had the Murdochs there. And,
Yeah.
And
Clay
Andrew.
and
Clay, yeah.
some other
I
black
can't
belts. that-
imagine Clay didn't. Clay should have got his leg broken on that one.
Oh
knee bar.
yeah,
That was
that
so
was with
tight.
Oh, I
that
do
big
remember
guy.
That.
I
yeah.
can't remember.
he's one of
his,
JW's
His
students.
name
I
is.
can't remember.
I
It's in my
only
head, but I
remember his first name because his first name was Ronnie, but that,
Yes,
that, I
Ronnie.
cannot remember what his last name is because I'm like, oh, good, I have something to aspire to.
Yeah, Ronnie. Oh man, he
James
is.
Dio?
Yes, that was it. It was Ronnie James Dio for sure.
So, any other things, inside jokes you guys have over here to fucking talk about?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Look how mad he is about it. Oh, it's great.
Any other bullshit you guys got?
Any other stupid fucking shit you guys want to laugh about?
All right, is that it? We're gonna call the show,
Yeah.
All right.
or we're gonna start the show.
Actually, yeah, we're starting filming.
All right. Thank you guys for.
Yeah, thanks,
Well-
guys. That was fun.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You guys did great in the comments. I know Chad normally yells at you for being bad, so I'm going to be the good guy in here and say that you guys were awesome. Everything you do is amazing, and we all love you. And Chad hates you, but we love you.
Yeah, I don't know why you watch this stupid show. I'm done. I quit.
All right.
See ya.
See you guys.